Yellow. Good evening to everyone watching, or if you're on YouTube and it's not even when you're watching this, good day, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye. This music might be in this episode that we're editing. Good evening, everybody. Rocker Robotics, hello. How you doing, Jason? Oh my goodness. Oh, what a day I have had. I suppose I'll talk a little bit about it. But first, well, about to talk about some things. Talk about some life things that happened to me today. Well, first of all, Benadryl can be your friend, but for me, just like alcohol, I'm a lightweight with it, and it can knock me out pretty good. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. So let's get started with this. So I got good news, I got bad news. Bad news is, as you can see, we're not finished with episode 3 yet. Good news is we should be releasing or doing a live stream premiere of it next Wednesday. Should have it all done next Wednesday. I actually got nearly 99% of all the special effects done for this episode. So all that's left is the audio, sound effects, and music score, and a little bit of finessing, and we're done. So yeah, I should have this done. I mean, I am taking a little trip this weekend, so it'll keep me from working on this a little bit, but all the same, should have everything done by next Wednesday to do a live stream premiere and this episode 3 and see what happens to Toothpick. It's the big mystery. Anyway, okay, so let's go through some of this. So tonight, since I got most of the special effects finished practically, I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I've done. Then we'll just do some audio stuff. I know I said before I usually don't do audio stuff because it's boring, because it is, especially for people watching, but we'll do a little bit of it, and you can see how kind of tedious it is. So let's go through this special effect I have right here. Now this right here, for those familiar with HeroScape, this is Toolbach Raw, if I said that right. A Morrow hero in the game of HeroScape, and he's basically a transporter. He can transport himself, he can transport other he can transport other figures. I don't know if it's just common figures or any figure. In this universe, it's any figure, but I think in the game it's just like common Morrow figures that, as long as they're adjacent to him, they can teleport with him, which is kind of cool. Excuse me. Burp. Okay. So I use that skill that's in the game and kind of finessed it my own way for the show for this particular character. So obviously we have to create some type of effect for when he teleports, and so there is a little taste of what that looks like, and it's kind of cut in half. I know there's a good reason for that. I'd rather you see it in its full glory come next week, or when it's released on YouTube. So, but there is just a little glimpse of him, and this is from the Extinction Pack from the Triune store. Ryan Connolly Film Rights website store. Good stuff. I'll be using that stuff for a long time to come. So that's a little glimpse of that teleportation. And notice that like this teleportation is this teleportation special effect for this particular Maro is kind of greenish, trying to make it Maro-like. Yet, let me go here. The teleportation for Karak, he's using the teleportation glyph, and I'm kind of just giving stuff away here, aren't I? Spoilers, spoilers. Hey, you come here to watch spoilers, since there's hardly anybody watching anyway. Not many people will miss it. And if you don't want spoilers, just shield your eyes and I'll tell you when to look. Okay. So right here. So now in this shot, you can open your eyes now. In this shot, you see there's a teleportation glyph right here that Karak is using in order for himself to teleport. Yet the special effect for him teleporting is a little bit different. It's like it's a little bit more less grungy, less green, more bright, a little bit more magical. It shows a little bit of a spin there. It's like it's almost coming out from the glyph and then enveloping the figure in which to teleport him wherever, let's just say wherever he's thinking to go. Just put it that way. Jason, that's what I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jason being one of the Rock Robotics, Jason being one of the voice actors for the show, kind of has an idea of what spoilers are going to happen anyway. So yeah, that's Croc disappearing. Boom. So yeah, so that teleportation is a little bit different. Now, I'm actually going to go to a different... Let's see here. I'm going to go to this one. I'll first save. Always save your stuff, even if you didn't do anything. Alright, we are going to need to go... So, it's the same stuff, but different program. So now, for this, now I'm just going to show you a little bit of something. So, we have the wind elemental here, and this is basically, again, from the extinction pack from Triune Film Store, or Triune Store. And this looks just like an invisible wind twister. And you think, oh, you must have done a lot of work into that. No, really, I just pretty much copy and pasted it and expanded it, and it really looks like a really nice windstorm. I just got lucky. But I wanted to come up with some type of effect that shows the wind elemental, you know, being able to show off some wind power. Some wind power, wind protection, or a wind barrier. And so people who like D&D, like elementals and stuff, you're going to be seeing some elemental powers, not just a wind elemental, but more elemental powers in Season 2 and eventually Season 3 as well, which will be fun. And then, let's see here in this. There's also a small moment here too that we show off a little bit of wind power just used, but it's dissipating at that point in time in the frame. So now I'm going to go back here and leave this here. Okay, so yeah, let me talk about a little bit about today. It's hard for me to do the editing over there and talk about what's going on personally at the same time. So let's just say today I finally got in to get some medicine for my Crohn's disease, which is like, it's an infusion which basically takes half the day for people to plug an IV into you and you basically let some whatever stuff go into your bloodstream for a matter of a few hours. They decided to double it because I've been doing this for like a half a year now, over a half year. And the new GI have said that what I was taking wasn't strong enough. So, and it looks like my live stream just dipped down a little bit. Hopefully it won't. It was giving me trouble at the beginning, so hopefully the live stream will be better. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So doctors decided to double the amount since what I was doing earlier this year wasn't as effective. Of course, it was the minimum amount. So doubling it, see if it'll make a difference, see if it'll help me feel just a little bit better with inflammation and all that. But they gave me this time as like I get some starter medications before getting the infusion done, and one of those starter medications this time was Benadryl. And I don't take ever Benadryl. And within 10 minutes of taking it, let's just say I felt really woozy, and I quite literally, like, it took a few hours to get the infusion, like do the infusion, and for about an hour and a half of it, I was pretty much blacked out. It's like I had taken books for me to read, be able to, just do some reading, whatever. And I just was literally just drooling on the bed that I had the infusion on today. So I think next time I'll be like, yeah, for Benadryl, give me maybe half the amount like you gave me last time, so I'm not completely drooling on myself when I'm getting this infusion done. But yeah, so that was my day. So hopefully, and I'm going to be doing these infusions like every 4 weeks. So hopefully that'll help me feel better and, start doing things. So we should know. I've been getting blood tests in a couple weeks just to see if it's making a difference. And based on my symptoms and stuff, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So that is what is going on. All right, so now that we're 15 minutes into this live stream, I will get us started on audio. So since I'm going to be doing some audio effects, I'm actually going to be lowering our background music to almost nothing, basically. So Jason, if you can hear this, tell me how low the background music is now. Is it barely hearable? Can you still hear it? Is it anyway, well, can you hear this over that, basically, is what I'm saying. Let's see. It's like, as long as you can hear the sound effects over the music, then that's fine. Okay, can't hear the background music at all. That's fine. That's because I don't think it's playing anything right now anyway. I think it's in between songs. But there it goes. Now it's doing something. And it looks like my live stream's starting to... It's like it was a steady 2,000 bits per second, and now it's now it keeps on fluctuating. I hate Twitch, I hate the internet. It's not doing what I want it to do. You're not hearing the sound effects either. Oh, here, let me put on one. Because it's desktop audio, so we should be hearing it. Oh, wait a minute. Since it's desktop audio, it would be part of this. So you know what? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I have to turn the background music off anyway. Okay, and put this back up. So I was trying to do that, and for the sake of being able to do them both at the same time, but since they're on both the same audio thing, I actually have to keep this high. So there, you probably can hear that now. So I guess we'll just stick to sound effects and have no background music going on. Or maybe what I can do is, I'll do this. I'll just lower the background music a little bit. That way it's still on, but sound effects will be louder. Yeah, that's a solution. See? I should have pre-planned this, but you know, oh well, I don't. Okay, so let's work on doing this. Now, normally I would play through this episode, but I don't want to give too much away. So, let me just... I should have been prepared for this too. Alright, let's do like glyph activation stuff first. So if I go on this, it'll tell me that, okay. So glyph activation. So let's just go to those parts where we know a glyph is going to be activated.
But it seems to me
this is when, okay.
Hold a power that will rival no one, and blah, blah, blah.
Yada yada, bad guy.
You talk way too
Bad guy
much.
stuff.
I will see you for.
Oh, by the way, I guess I should just warn you. Yeah, spoilers galore. Which is another reason why I usually don't do audio stuff. It's alright.
Very soon.
Okay, so we need to have a little bit of some type of magical activation sound in there.
Very soon.
Let's see here.
Very soon.
Where does it start? Okay, it starts there. And do this. So copy, paste, and I'm just gonna reverse this. Ta-da! And just have this end. Because this is just for the glyph, not the actual transporter. So the transporter sound effect, I'll have to make one. And don't need to be so high. Oh, and I still got to do the explosions. That'll be fun. So after I do these glyph activations, we'll work on some explosion effects, because those are always fun. Or explosion sound effects. Okay, so copy. And then there's another area where a glyph is activated. It is right here. We got good old Henderson using his head. Okay, and this I'm going to actually shorten it, so I just have it come here. Just lower it a little bit. Nope. Okay, this needs to come closer. Yeah, that's better. And this does not. That's fine. Okay. That is good. Or another orc gets sucked into the pit track glyph. Glyphs are fun like that. Alright, so we gotta find the explosion. Let's see. That is not it. Neither that. Neither that. Where is my explosions? Where's the kaboom? I need an earth-shattering kaboom. It's here somewhere. There it is. Alright. I just need to get it here. Okay. There's the earth-shattering kaboom. So there's a couple places we can put this. Let's first find... Okay, first we have... It's here, no, it's here somewhere. Right here. Ta-da! Okay, we need to get to the point where the grenade's going to explode. There we are. Now we're just going to put it there, right at that point of... Ta-da! And what do you think? Should I put some type of gore, splatter type sound for all the blood and stuff coming out of these guys? I think I should. What do you think? I have some gore sound effects, so I can go through those in a minute. For first, let's still work on explosions. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. And, oh, sorry. Just hit my microphone. Okay. Let's go to the next explosion. It's actually right here. And this one is actually, the grenade exploding is off camera. So I have to time this. Okay. I want the explosion to happen right before Henderson's starting to activate the glyph. Probably right here. And since this grenade explosion is happening out of the way... yeah, Jason says yes, add more violent sound effects. Yeah, I kind of knew you were going to say that. Yeah, we will. We will. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, so kind of going to make this sound like it's just away from them. Let's see, okay. Yeah, that's nice. Turn it down just a little bit more. That's good. Maybe a little bit higher. Okay. I like that. I just want the grenade to be far enough away that when it explodes, so I don't have to create any special effect to where there's light ricocheting off this wall, because that just means more special effects, means more work for me, and I'd rather not do that because I'm just lazy. And adding special effects, it can get kind of tiring, especially since you've seen all the special effects for the battle scenes in episode 1. I rest my case. Taken about a year later, yeah, over a year to do that. Yeah, I understand there's some special effects I need, but if there's a chance that I can get away without doing some, then I'm going to. Okay. So let's go. Now there's another explosion, and this one is in your face. And this wasn't scripted. This is something I just figured out. Oh, I can do this. Well, no, I figured it out while I was animating, but I refigured it out when I was doing the editing for this, realizing, oh, I animated it so I can do this. Excellent. And it's basically the grenade explodes right in front of the camera lens. There it is. Okay, so you see, there's the grenade. And boom. So let's go to that point of right there. And this really just needs to be as loud as it can possibly be. But I know that it has to trail off after we cut back to Karak, so let's do it this way, and wait a second, I don't want that fade type, or yeah, it is that fade type. Why is it so... Alright, let's just do it this way. That works. Okay, excuse me again. Always burping when I do this. Alright, so... one more grenade effect. It is right here. I suppose I can add another explosion too off camera. I'll do that later. If I remember to do it. Do the first things first. Excuse me again, my goodness, I'm so rude. Alright, well, if I can, there's a lot of other sound effects here. Yeah, I can do it here, I think. Yes. And just lower this a little bit. I'll let that sound cut off pretty fast. Maybe here. Or maybe not. There.
Miss Raylan!
I think that does need to be lowered a little bit. Okay. Now that that's done, let's go back to first explosion sound effect we did. Yeah, look at all those wound tokens. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I think that's my... I mean, I like doing stop motion animation anyway, because I know it's a tedious thing, but for me it's fun. But I think one of the best things to do is when doing these explosions, is just transitioning these figures into become a bloodied mass of wound tokens. I kind of overdid it on this one, but oh well. It's fun. It's just fun to do. Okay, and as Gimli would say, ugh, orc blood. At least in the movies. I don't think he ever said that in the books. Yeah, I'm sorry. That Benadryl, I took that Benadryl this morning, and my brain is still, I mean, it's not like foggy enough for me to be impaired, but I'm still sometimes kind of like, I do need to sleep it off tonight for sure. Is it just, no one ever give me Benadryl because I will be, it'll just be new. I'm just a lightweight when it comes to anything, I guess. Alright, so let's go to, so you're gonna open up file here, and I'm gonna put it up here. Let's go to sound effects and let's see what we can do. I'm not exactly sure. It's your fighting effects. I don't know if I have to go back to the original stuff. I probably do. Fighting. Oh no, we got it. Okay. Gore. There we go. See? Gore, Jason. I hope you're listening. Gore. And again, this is from, these are sound effects purchased from the Triune Store, Ryan Connolly, Film Riot. Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful things they do. So, let's just go to the heaviest stuff at all. Let's see. Let's take a listen to Watermelon Smack. And, well, here, I'm going to actually put that up. So not to, because we still got music going in the background, so I can't use a Windows Media Player to listen to this sound. I'm going to have to use just our timeline. So I have to put this off of here, and so I'll just have to name. Okay, so Watermelon Smack, and let me go somewhere where we won't be hearing anything else. And save, of course. It's always a good thing to save. Oh, and I did it anyway. Hold on. Okay, wait. Okay, I ended up messing up on that anyway. Oh boy, okay. Hold on. Okay, got that back on. Alright. No, I did not mean to double click. Okay, there we are. Now let's listen to these. So this is a watermelon being smacked. I don't think it's quite what we're looking for. So let's just get rid of it. And let's try Watermelon Punch. Ooh, that was a good sound. Oh yeah. Pretty juicy. There's some juicy stuff here. You can hear it. Alright, I might use a couple of those. So I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to apply, because right now, I mean, listening and then applying, sometimes it takes longer than the time we have left for this show, which we're already like 40 minutes into it. So we'll see. But it'll take some time to go through all these sounds. But let's just see what we can come. We're just having fun listening to these. These sounds. Yeah, but not quite what I'm looking for. I like the more squelchier kind of stuff, so. Wooden table leg, go away. Alright, let's see, watermelon drops. This is somebody dropping a watermelon. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that even better. Okay, I will use that. You just never know what you're going to find in these things. Okay, watermelon drop. Again. Well, less so though. Less so than watermelon drops, so. I mean, there's some there, but I'd rather have the other two. I'd rather have the other two watermelon things, so let's just get rid of that and see. Okay, watermelon cracks. Okay, this is more just cracking. Probably cracking of the watermelon rind. So there's nothing really juicy. It's more just like tendon and bone breaking, if you want to put it like that. Yeah. So I'm not looking for really tearing more than just. So watermelon cracks. Gonna get rid of you. Okay, now we're on to tomatoes. Now this should be nice. Tomato squish. Oh, sorry, I was looking at something. Looking at something again. Okay. All good. I like. Oh, tomatoes. Wonderful, wonderful sounds. So yeah. Yeah, definitely like. We're just gonna be like, since there's not gonna be much opportunity to do these types of bloody gore sound effects in the future, we'll probably just lay it in thick for that one moment in time for the show. Alright, so definitely using tomato squish. And let me see. Oh, nice, yeah. Tomato squelch. And it's good, and another spoiler at the end, after this grenade explodes and causes all these wound tokens to spread very violently, literally on over half the game board, or half the scene, you have Lieutenant Dan actually saying, and this is a ad-lib, but he says, like, yuck, that's nasty. So it makes sense to have these types of sound effects in there for that. Yeah, okay. So definitely tomato squelch. What about tomato squeeze? Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I can deal with it. Gotta love tomatoes. And you know, speaking of tomatoes, I have a story. I have a story about tomatoes. It's funny though, we bought like earlier, like in late spring, we bought some tomato plants in pots and started growing them. They've produced a little bit of a yield. Yeah, that's just somebody smacking more than anything, so that's okay. So that's fine. But we noticed that like on one end of our driveway, which is a gravel type driveway, that it's like on the edge of our house, right next to our air conditioning unit, coming up from this like rock gravel stuff, were plants. And first I thought it was just some weeds, you know, that grow in thick. But then a few weeks later, this starts growing and growing. I realize, wait a second, these are weeds. These are tomato plants. Somehow these tomato plants just sprouted up from the ground, and they're literally now extending into the driveway. And I have not watered them. I haven't done anything to them, and they're just growing like crazy vines. And they're giving off like a lot of cherry tomatoes, and they're starting to like have like little medium-sized tomatoes too. It is just nuts. And the only theory that I have is that the first few weeks of us moving here, something was wrong with our sewer drain. We have just one sewer drain out of the house here, and it's an old drain because this is an old house that we're in. And okay, this one is an orange actually, so we're going to orange squish squeeze longer. So let's see what orange sounds like. Huh. Yeah. I don't think I like the. I don't know. Well, there's some good sound for the orange too. I like the tomato better though, I think. But we'll still try this. But anyway, so my theory is that, like I said, we have like this one sewer drain out of the house, and it got backed up. So we had some guys come in, open up that drain, and literally remove a lot of, let's just say, stuff from this drainage system to try and unclog it. And eventually they actually had to call the city in because it was a part of the line further down into the main line, and so they had to clear all that out. My theory is that seeds from, let's just say, the toilet, going down from the toilet into the drainage system, came out when they were digging stuff out, and just sprouted and growing these tomato plants in the gravel part of our driveway, or gravel rock part of our driveway. That's the only thing that could have happened, and so now we're calling them like the poo tomatoes or poopy tomatoes because of that probably fact that that's where these tomatoes are coming from. But I've been picking them. I've been eating them. It's not like I'm sick or anything. They're just tomato plants, and everything's sealed up there. We're not like leaking anything, leaking any sewage, or we would know about it. It's just nuts. But it's funny, we buy tomato plants and they don't do anything. Now they're practically dead or dying in their pots, really. And these tomato plants, which I haven't watered all summer, it's been a hot summer, are like just all these tomatoes are erupting from this. It's just nuts. Anyway, okay, side story. Alright, and like I said, let's see here, we're going through all these sound effects. We'll probably wrap up soon. But this is the long, tedious, boring work of sound effects. Going through all of them, picking all of them, matching them up to your scene. Yeah, I like that. That's oranges for sure. Alright, hold on. Excuse me, had to burp again. Okay. So that sounds good too. Ah, no, I did it again. I double clicked when I shouldn't have. Ugh. Okay. Hold on. Let me try and put this back on here. Like I said, that Benadryl. I blame the Benadryl from earlier today. Okay, there, that's back on. Alright, don't double click. Okay, now I think since this is something being smacked, we're probably not going to be using this, but yeah. That's an orange slam. Yeah, no. Definitely not. Definitely not. Alright, lettuce. Now lettuce isn't as juicy, so I'd probably just bypass lettuce, but let's just see what it sounds like. Okay. Yeah. It's more of like a tearing type of thing. Yeah. So it's a good sound, but not for this particular slaying. Let's see. Okay, so let's go to salary, and salary's the same thing, but let's just see what it sounds like. Yeah, more so. More so. Okay, but I just want to see this more so. This is probably just interesting. Hold on. Excuse me again. Okay. Yeah, this is salary breaking. That's frozen. Again, interesting sound, but not for what we have right now. Actually, I probably could use maybe this to make it look like a certain character's neck is kind of half snapping one. Yeah, I actually might use that. So I'm going to just put that to the side. See, it's always good to listen to sounds that you might not even think you need to use, and then voila, you use them. Okay, this is cantaloupe squishing. I might use it. I'll put it here. We're just gonna have a whole fruit salad when this when these when these orcs explode for this episode. All right, and let's see here. Yeah, so gonna stick with that cantaloupe, and let's just listen to bell pepper. Okay, so that's bell pepper. I don't know. It actually sounds kind of... A couple of those sound kind of halfway juicy. So I might just maybe use a couple of those in with it too, just to add a little bit of mix. So the bell pepper and the fruit salad, along with the tomatoes. Let's see, this is bell pepper crack open. Again, that sounds actually halfway juicy. So, if I like what I hear, then I'll try and use it. So, here is all the sounds that I'll end up using for that explosion sound effect. And I'm trying to overdo it, but you know, make it as subtle as possible at the same time. Just you know, try and lay it in there really good. Because we do have. Let's see here. I'll go back to. Where's it? It's right here. Oh no, not right there. It's right here. We do have them going everywhere. And we have Lieutenant Dan saying...
Ugh, that's nasty.
Exactly.
Ugh, that's nasty.
Say it again.
Ugh, that's nasty. Ugh, that's
Exactly.
nasty.
So it's kind of good to have those types of bloody sound effects in there, just so Lieutenant Dan can say.
Ugh, that's
exactly.
nasty.
All right, so I think with that, I'm going to wrap up. And actually, that was kind of fun doing sound. We'll probably have to do more sound effects and stuff in the future. And actually, yeah, because considering in episode 4, it's mostly just a lot of audio talking, so we might end up just going through some of the voiceovers and stuff, and I have to do voiceovers for that episode too. So yeah, we might get into a little bit of that for a live stream, but I know for next Wednesday, for sure, we will be releasing this episode, episode 3, season 2, premiering it here on Twitch. So be there, because it's going to happen. And we will see what happens. Don't forget to save. So with that, thank you everybody for watching. I am Ryan, creator of this wonderfully crazy show called Tales of Valhalla, a HeroScape stop-motion adventure that you can find on YouTube. You can either click on the link that I copy and pasted on the description, or go to YouTube, go to the search bar, type Tales of Valhalla, and you'll find us there. So with that, I will let everybody go for the night. I am definitely going to sleep off that Benadryl. Need to so much. My goodness, I can't believe my head just feels like, wow. I'll let that music goes up a little bit. Okay, so, oh, then put it down. So with that, I will say adios, have a good night, and see you guys next week. Later.